What is up, YouTube? It's your man Powers here again today, bringing you guys another YouTube video. Today we're going to be looking at competitive class setups, okay? So, you guys out there who are playing GBs, UMGs, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about, but those people who's like starting to get into UMGs or game battles and stuff like that, then they're not going to know where to start with like classes and that, and like what gun's good, because I just came back from, you know, not playing Black Ops, so, you know, I was in that exact position like you guys are, alright? But you know, some good classes. I'm just going to take you guys through like the basic classes depending on your playing type and stuff like that. So, right off the bat, if you're an AR player, a good AR to go with if you're used to Black Ops 2 and how the M8 worked in Black Ops 2, then you can go with an M8, okay? Attachments that you want to go with an M8, you're definitely going to want a sight, okay? Because without a sight, the M8 looks like you can't aim with it pretty much. It's impossible to aim without a sight. It's hard. Quick draw. Always you want quick draw in your class. On most of your classes you want quick draw. Let me just put it that way. Especially on ARs, because ARs are slower than other guns, so you're going to be able to get that gun up quicker. And stock. You know, sometimes you could put on grip instead of stock, but I like to put on stock because it helps me aim back and forth like just stock does. And you know, this gun already has insane accuracy. You don't really need any more grip on it or anything. So yeah, and then for a secondary for the M8, I usually have RK5 for all my AR secondaries, because the RK5 is just a beast of a gun. It just needs to get nerfed, because you can get one bursted by the RK5 and like if you get shot in the head. But yeah, on my perks for this class and pretty much my perks for all my classes, I always have Afterburner. Fast Hands is a must-have. I know some people who don't use Fast Hands and Afterburner, but I feel like those two are the must-haves. Every single perk I have really are must-haves, because you need Blast Suppressor and you need Dead Silence. What the fuck? Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So for my second class, I have a VMP. I don't really use the VMP that much. I'm more of an AR-oriented player. But yeah, on my VMP you can have several variations of VMP, but on most VMPs, you're going to want quick draw, you're going to want grip, because this VMP has pretty bad recoil. And you can either have stock or long barrel. You know, those are the two that most people use. And then for the VMP, it's a fast-paced gun, so you're going to want a Afterburner class. And Fast Hands, it's nice to have Fast Hands. You always really need Fast Hands, because Fast Hands make a very big impact on this game and how you play. And then you need these two on every single class. Pretty much I have these two. Okay. So, for my sniping class, I have a SVG. If you're, like, really good at sniping, you're going to want to use a sniper. Then SVG is the way to go, because it's basically a one-shot sniper if you hit him in the upper body. On my sniper, I have thermal scope, I have fast mags, and I have extended mags. There's many variations of this you could have. You could not put on a sight, and then you could put on a ballistic CPU. Or instead of, you know, extended mag and fast mags, you could have fast mags and stock. Or you could have extended mag and stock. You can pretty much make it any way you like it. Just go into like custom games, play around with some bots, and then see how you like it. For secondary, for SVG, depending on if overkill is banned or not in the game mode you're playing, like on UMGs or game battles, then I usually have one with the RK5, and then I have one with a VMP. You can edit that when you're doing ban and protect and shit like that. On this class, I have all the same things. And then this class, I don't use this class very much. I'm actually going to make this one another VMP class with not Afterburner. I'm going to have Flak Jacket on it instead of Afterburner. Or I could just take off that, but yeah, I think I'm going to just take off the stock is what I should do. And then I'll put on Afterburner. Or not Afterburner, put on Flak Jacket. Because you need to have a class with Flak Jacket. Because, you know, if they're going to be using, let's just say HCXDs or throwing grenades a lot. You know, if you know they have an HCX3, or if they're throwing grenades and stuff a lot, then you're going to want a Flak Jacket class so you just don't die right off the bat. Okay. And my last class, which is my baby because I fucking melt with it, is the Man of War. The Man of War is a great gun. It's like the crossroad between assault rifle and submachine gun, kind of. It feels like an assault rifle, and it fires like an assault rifle, but it can melt like a submachine gun, you know what I'm saying? You can run close range gun battles, but you have to make sure you get the first shot and don't get hit, like if you're facing a VMP. Up close VMP is gonna fucking wreck you most of the time, unless you like get first shot, they don't see you or stuff like that. But yeah. But if a VMP does come up close with you, that's why I always pack a RK5 on almost all my classes, because you can just pull that out and then you can hit them with a couple bursts and they're dead. On this class, I have Afterburner, Fast Hands, Blast Suppressor, and Dead Silence. I always have Blast Suppressor and Dead Silence, Fast Hands, and Afterburner. On my Man of War, I have an Elo sight. You could use what's it called, sights? You can use iron sights, but I think Elo sights feel better. Then Quick Draw, you're definitely gonna want Quick Draw on it because this gun does aim up really slow. Then stock, it's just easier to kill people when they're running. You can strafe with it. It's just a lot easier to win gun battles when you're able to strafe, especially when they're on the ground and people are right in front of you. That's a great thing to have, to be able to strafe around and them not be able to shoot you, but you be able to shoot them. All right. So some tips I'm gonna say for you guys is that, you know, the two things that you need to be varying with your perks were probably going to be Afterburner and Flak Jacket, depending on how they're playing, and you could have Blast Suppressor and Tactical Mask, depending if they're throwing flashes or not, you know. But yeah, see, I can't really like vary that too much. But if we're playing Bend and Protect, and I know for a fact they're like using what's it called. I usually have a backup class for like flashbangs if we're going to be throwing flashbangs and shit like that, but most of the time I don't. So yeah, guys, that's basically, you know, the start to getting into competitive and how you want your classes to be, because this is mainly like all the classes that are really using competitive. One class that I do see a lot more now is the HVC. HK. I don't know what the fuck it's called. HK. Hold up, give me a second. It's embarrassing. Yeah, the HVK. HVK is becoming a lot more used now than it was normally, so you gotta adapt to how other people are playing and stuff like that. So I mean, you know, just get out there. You know, it's all about trial and error and how your playing style is and how you like to play. All right. So guys, it's been your man Powers today, and Powers out, bro.